A sinister man. T was like something out of The Exorcist. June 6, 2019. Kathy Caston, who passed away in August 2012 at the age of 72, was a frequent and feisty contributor to the now-defunct online discussion group, UFO Updates. Before her death, Kathy shared with me a number of her strange encounters with ties to the UFO phenomena. She generously let me use the case files too. One particularly weird story really stands out. I'll let you read Kathy's very own words. Without interruption, she began, so many highly strange events have happened in my life. Sometimes I forget some of them. Briefly, back in the late 80s, I returned from a vacation to find that the company I work for had hired someone named Linda. The company, in LA, were consultants to commercial and government clients. They surveyed, dug into information, etc., about parcels of land the client was interested in and produced reports containing that information. Linda sat at the front reception area with Carolina. My desk was in the middle of the suite of offices. Linda asked me out to lunch to tell me she had been hired to be office manager. I thought that was very odd that she was providing this information, and wondered if it was true. The next lunch invite, Linda went right to the point. She played it a little on the cagey side, suggesting we walk and talk. It was then she related to me her abduction experiences, or what she thought were abductions by ETs. She had read Whitley Strieber's book, Communion. At the time, I knew nothing about abductions, Strieber or his book. Whatever bait she was tossing out, I didn't bite. It was very soon after that I was never again invited to lunch with Linda. Plus, she gave her notice she was leaving to return to care for a family member. Anyway, she left. Carolina and I were now carrying the workload. I was forever making trips to the front desk to interact with Carolina. During one of my forays, as I was bending down talking to Carolina, I looked up and there was a very short, almost bald man of indiscriminate age standing on the other side of the reception area counter. The counter rose to just a little under my breastbone. The guy was really short, wearing a plaid shirt that did not match in any way, shape or form the plaid of his pants. Very white and pasty looking. He never took his eyes off me the entire time he stood in front of us. I rose up and stood facing him, affecting my street attitude style, as if to say, on, give it to me and see what happens. I don't remember what he said because I was focused on the fact the smile on his face did not match what he was saying. Seemed to remember Carolina moving her chair closer to me while still sitting down. I didn't pick up any creepy feelings. I was just irritated with the interruption of my work. He left. As I remember it, he had whisked in and whisked out, not really disappearing, but he moved very fast. That was and the end of this guy. The building where the office was near the SW corner of Wilshire and Gailey in LA. When I left the office that evening, I walked south on Gailey. As I walked, I noticed the man in plaid across the street pacing me. Not behind me, but ahead of me. I slowed down. He slowed down. I think I said something like, has this guy got eyes in the back of his head? At which point, his head turned to face me while his body kept facing forward, walking at our shared pace. It was like something out of The Exorcist. It was not a normal head swivel. That was and the end of it. The next day, I shared with Carolina what had happened and reminded her of this guy coming to our offices. She claimed that we never had any visitors that previous afternoon. I kept insisting we had. She insisted that we hadn't. End of that episode.